Now we begin practicing the opposite. So in our first two examples, we practice combining as a single log or simplifying. Now we're going to practice doing the opposite, which is sometimes called expanding. So you might see this question and it says expand completely. And in this case, it's written as write each expression in terms of log A, log B, or log C. And what they mean by that is the only thing you can have inside of a log is either A, B, or C. You can't have any extra stuff inside of a log. So in A, what do we have? We have an A and a B squared inside of our log. So we have to expand this completely. In other words, take our formulas and everything that we had on the left side of our formulas, we have to write as the right side of our formulas. So what does that look like? Well, I have log A. Inside my log, I'm dividing. What do we do when we divide? We subtract. So I can write this as log A minus log B squared. And it's not completely in terms of log A and log B. The first one's good, it's just log A, but the second one still has a squared in it. How can I get rid of that squared? Well, I could bring that 2 out in front. And now this is considered expanding completely. Just think about this a little bit as far as our steps go. When we were combining as a single log, the first thing we did was move any numbers in front in as exponents. So we did our power rule first, and then we did our quotient and product rules. And now that we're expanding, we're doing that in the opposite direction. We're using our power and quotient, our product and quotient rules first, and then at the very end, wherever there's exponents, we bring that out in front. So in B, I have 2 things in my numerator, 1 thing in my denominator. The very first thing I'm going to do is my product and quotient laws and say whatever's in my numerator is going to be added. So it'll be log A squared plus log B to the 1/3, and whatever's in my denominator will be subtracted. And after doing that first step of separating what's adding, what's subtracting, now we can go to our power rule and say if I have some exponents, those exponents can come out in front. Now the only thing I have in my logs is A, B, and C. So I have written this in terms of log A, log B, and log C. And this is considered expanded completely. So when we expand things, we like to take everything from the left side of those formulas and write it as the right side of the formulas. And both of these things, both of these skills come in very handy when we solve equations later. So we need to be proficient in both writing things as a single logarithm, and now we're doing the opposite and breaking them up again. Sort of like, why are we doing that? We're just going back and forth. But yes, you will need these skills when we get to the next sections. And so right now, we're just developing those skills. Okay, questions for practice on these ones are 14, 15, and 16.